psychology facts about human behavior that will blow your mind. The penis is actually almost twice as long as men think it is. This is because half of the penis is inside the body. The root of the penis is inside the pelvis and attached to the pubic bone. In fact, an erect penis is shaped like a boomerang. Vibrators are not just for vaginas, they work on penises too, and can even help men with spinal cord injuries ejaculate. For this treatment, a medical vibrator is held against the underside of the head of the penis. Most men report that the underside of the glans, head of the penis, and the underside of the shaft are the most sensitive to sexual pleasure, followed by the upper side of the glans. The signal to ejaculate does not come from a man's brain, rather, it is sent from the spinal cord. The smallest natural human penis ever recorded was 5/8 of an inch. Studies show that women who orgasm through vaginal stimulation are pickier about penis size than other women. Approximately 80% of American men are circumcised. Larger penises are only more attractive on taller men with narrow hips and broad shoulders. Women prefer big penises but not too big. A man will ejaculate on average 7,200 times during his lifetime, with around 2,000 of those times being from masturbation. The average speed of ejaculation is 28 mph. Men who have been hanged often get a death erection, also known as angel lust. Smoking can shorten the penis by up to a centimeter because it calcifies blood vessels, impeding erectile circulation. The average erect penis size is between 5 to 6 inches, and a flaccid penis is around 3.5 inches. There is a penis museum in Iceland. King Fap of Tonga supposedly deflowered 37,800 women from 1770 to 1784, which is about 7 women a day. A man with a small flaccid penis might have a surprisingly big erection, while a man with a big limp penis might not get significantly larger when erect. Approximately 79% of men have growers and 21% have showers. There are 2 kinds of penises: 1, a grower, which expands and lengthens when erect, and 2, a shower, which looks big most of the time but doesn't get much bigger after an erection. Only 1 man in 400 is flexible enough to give himself oral sex. The human penis is larger than that of any other primate, both in proportion to body size and in absolute terms. According to condom manufacturers, only 6% of the world's population of men needs an extra large-sized condom. Alternate words for penis include Adolf, anaconda, baby maker, baloney pony, bell on a pole, love gun, deep V-diver, dick, ding-a-ling, disco stick, Excalibur, joystick. The word penis is from the Latin meaning tail. Stay on top of your visits to the gynecologist. Many of the worst STIs you can contract have absolutely no symptoms for up to 3 to 5 years. According to a National Center for Health Statistics analysis, 5.8 million women have used the morning after pill. After sex, a woman's butt sticks out 25% more when she is wearing heels. Shaving your pubic area increases your chances of spreading an STI. Sex is 10 times more effective than Valium. 1 orgasm a day may decrease a man's risk of prostate cancer. It's a good idea to keep your own condoms because you don't know how long your partner has been holding on to his. Condoms kept in wallets for over a month are more likely to break. Still have that condom from a while back? Toss it. The average shelf life of a latex condom is 3 to 5 years. Men who have sex at least twice a week can almost halve their risk of heart disease. A study found that good sex triggers the region of the brain associated with falling in love. About 75% of men always reach orgasm during sex. Nipples are erogenous zones because the sensation of hardened nipples travels to the same part of the brain as sensations from the vagina, cervix, and clitoris. New moms are ready to have sex sooner than the 6-week wait period instructed by their doctor. Women with higher testosterone levels might be more interested in masturbation than in having sex with someone else. Some people consider sperm to be an anti-aging treatment as it has a tightening effect on the skin. Studies have shown that men and women cannot be just friends. A study found that men feel more emotional pain after a breakup than women do. We automatically perceive people who smell good as more attractive. Most of the nerve endings that contribute to the female orgasm are on the surface of the vulva and do not require penetration whatsoever to be stimulated to orgasm. The duration of an orgasm tends to decrease as a person ages. After a man experiences an orgasm, there is a refractory period when they can't have another orgasm, although some men can experience multiple orgasms. Their recharge time depends on age, sexual partner, and sexual experience. In one study, 85% of men reported that their partner had an orgasm. However, only 64% of their female partners reported experiencing an orgasm, creating what some sexologists call an orgasm gap. Multiple factors influence exactly how long it will last, including age, period of sexual abstinence, type of sexual stimulation, and whether the orgasm is from masturbation or intercourse. Approximately 15 to 20% of American women have never had an orgasm. While the time it takes to reach orgasm is different for different people, the length of the orgasm itself is more similar. In one study, women's orgasms lasted 18 seconds on average, and men's orgasms lasted about 22 seconds. According to Shape magazine, women want foreplay to last 19 minutes, while men actually devote about 11 minutes to foreplay, estimating it at 13 minutes. A recent Australian study found that most women are more aroused by the idea of foreplay than sex itself. Any act that creates and enhances sexual desire in a sexual partner, including kissing, touching, embracing, talking, and teasing, may constitute foreplay. Its definition is flexible and depends on individual sexual preferences and beliefs. People who experience orgasms often look like they are in pain. In fact, two of the brain regions that are activated by pain are also activated during orgasm, perhaps accounting for the curious similarity of facial expressions. Scientists are unsure how the brain distinguishes between pain and pleasure. Non-genital orgasms have been reported by people who are under the influence of psychedelic drugs. Orgasms have been reported by stimulation after male to female or female to male transsexual surgery. One man reported 6 successive orgasms with decreasing volume of semen in less than 40 minutes. According to Men's Health, foreplay is to sex what stretching is to a workout, easy to skip but essential for great results. For many women, foreplay is essential to orgasm. Only 30% of women are able to reach orgasm through intercourse alone. Foreplay is not just about bodies. A person can create a more sensual experience by arranging a home or apartment with sensual colors, flowers, candles, and music. In a survey of 40,000 men, 90% of the respondents said the thing they found the sexiest was when a woman takes sexual initiative. Almost 75% agreed that a woman is most unattractive when she wears heavy makeup. The study in the Journal of Sex Research found that 100% of women and 95% of men considered touching as the number one way they know their partner wants to have sex. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video, hit the like button, and if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. Sex toys are banned in some states such as Alabama. Flirting is banned in San Antonio, Texas. Oral sex is banned in Indiana, and sleeping naked is illegal in Minnesota. The U.S. has more laws regulating sexual behavior than all the European countries combined. Men who help with housework also tend to have more sex. According to the American Sociological Association, the most mind-blowing sex typically comes with being in love with your partner. While women typically require a more prolonged period of stimulation before an orgasm, often 20 minutes, some women can have an orgasm within 30 seconds of self-stimulation. By contrast, parts of Africa view oral sex as highly unnatural, and many religions consider oral sex sinful. Some cultures see oral sex as a natural part of sexual arousal and foreplay. Other cultures see it as horribly disgusting or morally wrong. Specifically, in much of the Western world, industrialized parts of Asia, and in the islands of the South Pacific, oral sex is common. Icelanders are the most likely to use vibrators, 52% during foreplay, followed by the British 49% and Norwegians 35%. In many countries, people are increasingly using sex toys such as pornography and vibrators during foreplay. Nearly 75% of respondents would like to have sex at least 3 times a week. Researchers at Stanford and Columbia universities found that women who had sex at least once a week had more regular cycles. When it comes to porn, life should not imitate art. The clitoris doesn't play a direct role in human reproduction. It's just there to make us feel good. Women are slower to climax. Unlike men, they need 15 minutes of correct and constant stimulation. Ever wonder why things like spanking and hair pulling go from bad pain to good pain when brought into the bedroom? That's because your pain threshold can increase significantly during arousal. According to a study published in the Journal of Sex Research, the secret to mind-blowing sex is lube. Birth control pills dampen the libido. An Italian study found that women who ate apples experienced increased lubrication and sexual function, boosting their libido. You might think that hooking up and settling down are mutually exclusive, but it turns out that 1/3 of married couples were originally a hookup. According to a report from the National Marriage Project, having a happy, regular sex life isn't just good for your mood, but studies have shown it can also improve your heart health, boost immunity, and lower your risk of some cancers. The pulsations a woman feels during orgasm are actually her uterus trying to gather sperm. Studies have found that masturbation in women can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. The clitoris has 18 parts and 8,000 nerve endings, which are twice as many as the penis. Hostel Bookers surveyed over 11,000 of its users about their juiciest travel sex secrets and found that 52% of men and 41% of women have had one-night stands while traveling. The cucumber is not a sex toy. The clitoris is the only part of the human body that never ages. Frequent sex and orgasms act directly on the immune system, strengthening it. The largest vagina in history most likely belonged to Anna Swan, 1846 to 1888. She was 7 feet 5 inches tall and weighed 350 pounds. She gave birth to a 23-pound baby with a 19-inch head. Men and women enjoy sex just as much with condoms as they do without. Texting can improve your relationship. The world's largest recorded penis belongs to 41-year-old New Yorker Jonah Falcon, whose appendage measures 9.5 inches flaccid and 13.5 inches erect. Orgasm in women begins in the brain. Almost 31% of guys have faked an orgasm. You can break a penis. Getting a penile fracture is a real thing that can and does happen. If you're struggling to reach orgasm, using lube might help. It doesn't matter whether the man is trying his best or not, if the woman is thinking about something else and not focusing on the here and now. A woman can orgasm in about 4 minutes through masturbation, but it will take her 10 to 20 minutes to orgasm during intercourse. Women suffering from migraines have a higher sex drive. Menstrual cramps have been found to trigger orgasms in 7% of women. The average male orgasm lasts 6 seconds, and the average female orgasm lasts 20 seconds. About 3% of people have no sexual fantasies at all. How long does sex last? Researchers asked 500 couples to press a stopwatch at penetration and then at ejaculation for 1 month. Reported durations ranged from 33 seconds to 44 minutes. Ejaculated sperm survives only for a few hours outside the body, but once it enters a woman's vagina and makes its way up to her cervical mucus, it can live for up to 5 days. The study shows using lube makes orgasm 30% easier. Sex increases your tolerance to pain. Orgasms trigger hormones that help you increase your pain threshold. In England, 90% of adults admitted to having some form of sexual interaction in the office. Having sex at least 3 times a week can make you look 4 to 7 years younger. A woman's sexual drive reaches its peak just before her period. Most women prefer a dark place over a well-lit place to have sex. After fingers and vibrators, candles are the phallic objects used most often by females for masturbation. 95% of women get horny when men suck their fingers. According to the American Sociological Association, the most mind-blowing sex typically comes with being in love with your partner. The average person spends 20,160 minutes kissing during a lifetime, which is 336 hours, 14 days, or 2 weeks. The inventor of Kellogg's cornflakes, Dr. Kellogg, was an ardent anti-masturbation campaigner. He believed that a healthy diet would decrease a person's sexual thoughts. Some people are able to orgasm while working out thanks to repetitious core movements. Couples in Greece have the most sex, approximately 164 times per year. Brazil follows a close second with 145 times per year. The global average is 103 times. Lisa Sparks, a porn star, had intercourse with 919 men in 24 hours, setting a new world record in 2004. Outside of the bedroom, the most common place for adults in the U.S. to have sex is the car. Many researchers consider the skin to be the largest sex organ and the brain to be the most powerful. The amount of semen produced with each ejaculation is 1 to 2 teaspoons. The typical man will produce about 14 gallons, or half a trillion sperm, in his lifetime. Intercourse has also been called afternoon delight, dancing the mattress, rusticating, stuffing, spearing the bearded clam, horizontal refreshment, and testing the mattress. According to the Kinsey Institute, the average speed of sperm during ejaculation is 28 mph. The aroma of wine can arouse both men and women. The scents of many wines are believed to replicate human pheromones, the chemical substances that cause behavioral responses in humans. Statistics show that approximately 1 in every 5 Americans has indulged in sex with a colleague at work. Approximately 1% of people worldwide identify as asexual, having no strong sexual attraction to either sex. Approximately 70% of people in the U.S. admit to fantasizing about group sex at some point in their life, and more than 50% of those people actually follow through. Throughout the United States, approximately 4% of the population self-identifies as gay, lesbian, or bisexual. Avocados are known as the fruit of the testicle tree and are believed to have aphrodisiac qualities that arouse sexual instinct and desire and increase pleasure and performance. Formicophilia is the sexual interest in small insects or worms crawling over one's body. The sperm takes 1 hour to swim 7 inches. A teaspoon of semen contains 5 calories. Scientists are unsure why humans have pubic hair, but they theorize that the hair traps secretions that hold pheromones or sexual scents. Women who went to college are more likely to enjoy receiving and giving oral sex. The average man has 11 erections per day and 9 erections a night. The fear of having, seeing, or thinking about an erection is called iphiphillophobia. Married people are more likely to masturbate than people living alone. Men actually do get blue balls, technically called prostatic congestion. It is caused by trapped blood. A warm shower, aspirin, or an orgasm usually will relieve the itchiness. The penis stops growing when a man is in his early 20s. Penises are generally darker than the body from which they hang. A micropenis is a term used by researchers to refer to a penis fewer than 2.8 inches in length when stretched. The condition affects only 0.6% of men, or 6 in 1,000 men. It is caused by inadequate testosterone at a late stage of fetal development. Some modern researchers claim that the penis thrusts inside a woman's vagina not to stimulate her, but to remove a competitor's sperm. This explains why the penis is shaped like a piston. It is straight and thick, topped with a smooth acorn-shaped gland so it can push, pull, suck, push, pull, suck. An estimated 30 million Americans struggle with erectile dysfunction. Eating nutritious food and exercising help give you energy and can improve your sense of well-being in all aspects of your life, including your sex life. The study found a direct link between higher sex frequency and higher levels of cognitive function in older adults. A 2019 study found that a higher frequency of sex in older adults was linked to lower rates of cancer, coronary heart disease, and other chronic illnesses. The 2018 study of older adults found that about 60% said they took part in more subtle kinds of sexual closeness and intimacy, and that quality was more important than the frequency of sex. A similar 2019 study found that older adults who were sexually active reported a higher quality of life and sense of well-being. Problems that used to limit sexual activity in older adults, such as erectile dysfunction and low libido, can now be treated with medication, counseling, and lifestyle changes. According to the National Poll on Healthy Aging, 40% of people between the ages of 65 and 80 are 65 and 80 are sexually active. Of these folks, 73% say they are satisfied with their sex lives. Using condoms or some other form of protection, as well as discussing STD testing and your expectations of monogamy, are important features of beginning any new sexual relationship. Don't place too much pressure on every sexual encounter ending in an orgasm. You may find that as you get older, standing positions are more comfortable for both you and your partner, compared to positions that involve either partner being on their hands and knees. Using a pillow under your back for the missionary position can add comfort. You can still safely resume asexual activity after a long period of abstinence, however. By abstaining, you may be setting yourself up for more painful encounters in the future. Changing sexual positions and using over-the-counter OTC lubrication or vaginal moisturizers, for example, may help you maintain sexual enjoyment after 60. It truly is a case of use it or lose it with our genitals after 40, let alone 60. If you have a woman over 50 who doesn't own a vibrator, buying one for her will almost certainly guarantee you both become more sexually satisfied than you are now. Sex toys can solve many of your sexual problems. Most women start avoiding sex after 60 because it's painful. Most men avoid sex after 60 because their penises don't work like they used to, and they're embarrassed to admit it. If you can talk about these things to each other, sex can continue in a less pressured, touch-based, less orgasm-focused way that both men and women often prefer. If you can't talk about sex after 60, you'll probably stop having it. The reason why lots of women over 60 report highly satisfying sex is because sex moves away from intercourse and becomes more focused on foreplay. This is a great thing for most women. Research has shown conclusively that if you want to have a happy sex life, this trumps menopause hormones and aging every time. In other words, if you want to have great sex until you're 90, you will. You're probably with the wrong person if you don't want to have sex with your partner anymore. Sex stops in relationships for many reasons. For some women, a natural decline in their sex drive combined with painful postmenopausal sex makes them perfectly happy to wave it farewell. According to research, globally there are more than 100 million acts of sexual intercourse. This includes both for same-sex and opposite sex. It has been found that due to the release of certain sex hormones and mood-relaxing hormones, having sex regularly improves memory in women. You might want to take note of this as a woman. One study found that 60% of migraine sufferers reported that sex helped ease their pain. It's really good for headaches before reaching out for painkillers. Nipplegasm actually exists as nipple stimulation releases oxytocin, which can cause the uterine and vaginal contractions associated with orgasm. This brings more blood flow to the genitals, leading to orgasm in some women. According to a study, pain threshold increases during a sex session, leading to less sensitivity to pain associated with sex, like spanking and hair pulling, you know the rest. Having cold feet could affect a female from reaching an orgasm, so putting on socks helps as this increases participation and decreases cold feet irritation during intercourse. So weird, right? Research actually found that post-sex communication is more intimate and open if you climaxed. We call that motivation. Oral sex and mouth-pleasuring action have been found to exist not only in humans but also in animals. Animals that indulge in it include wolves, bears, gorillas, and bats, among others. According to one study, women who ate apples once a day had higher sexual quality of life. Plus, apples are delicious, so it's a win-win. So, apple is really a sex booster for both genders. The study found that 52% of men and 41% of women have had one-night stands while traveling. Traveling leads to exposure to things and meeting new people, as well as giving room and chance for sexual adventure, maybe even a quick one-night stand. Contrary to popular belief, condom use does not reduce sexual experience and pleasure. It is actually enjoyed by both men and women as much as when not using one, all thanks to lube and other pleasure-enhancing innovations. Research shows that having sex calms nerves, lowers blood pressure, reduces stress, and triggers the release of certain hormones that help with tension. So, a nice get down in the morning is a good get-to-work therapy instead of having a black monster running after you or being thrown in a shallow pit in dreams. You may want to induce sex-filled dreams by changing your sleeping position. This is achieved by sleeping face down on your stomach with your arms outstretched above your head. Post-gym exercise before sex has been found to help sexual function, especially in men, as it increases the flow of blood to the genitals and also increases testosterone levels. So it's a good start if you exercise before performing in bed. Nearly 88% of women reported experiencing more pleasure during penetration by angling, which involves rotating, raising, or lowering the pelvis or hips during penetration, as it increases their pleasure. Sex is found to help regulate female menstrual cycles. Researchers at Stanford and Columbia universities found that women who had sex at least once a week had more regular cycles, especially when an orgasm is achieved. Most people in recent times have sex with little or average pleasure, but I bet you the most mind-blowing sex with great pleasure comes when both parties are deeply in love with each other. Some countries are actually kinkier than others. According to a study based on search history on porn sites, Germany, the USA, the UK, Austria, and the Czech Republic are among the top leading kinkiest countries. According to research, lube is a good orgasm stimulant. Lubes make it easier to orgasm for both men and women. Speaking about lubes, coconut oil has been found to be good for sex lube with many great benefits, such as being antifungal. One interesting phenomenon is the Coolidge effect, named after President Calvin Coolidge. It refers to a biological response observed in males, where they exhibit renewed sexual interest when introduced to new receptive females, even after having just mated. This effect has been noted in various animal species and suggests an evolutionary mechanism for promoting genetic diversity. The female orgasm, while not essential for conception, plays an important role in sexual satisfaction and intimacy. It's often thought that the contractions during orgasm can help propel sperm toward the egg, although this is still a topic of scientific debate. Kissing can increase levels of the bonding hormone oxytocin, while also lowering levels of the stress hormone cortisol. This might explain why couples often feel closer and less stressed after a good makeout session. The scent of a partner can be incredibly arousing and comforting. Studies have shown that women can become more attracted to the natural scent of men who have a different immune system makeup, which could contribute to healthier offspring. Sexual fantasies are a normal part of human sexuality and can vary widely among individuals. They can be influenced by personal experiences, cultural background, and individual preferences. Fantasies can enhance sexual excitement and satisfaction, but they don't always reflect one's desires in real life. Many people find that certain foods can act as aphrodisiacs, enhancing sexual desire. Common examples include chocolate, oysters, and spicy foods. These foods can increase blood flow, stimulate the senses, or simply make one feel more indulgent and in the mood for romance. Sexual health is an important aspect of overall health and well-being. Regular checkups and open communication with healthcare providers can help prevent and manage sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and other sexual health issues. Communication between partners is crucial for a satisfying sexual relationship. Discussing likes, dislikes, boundaries, and fantasies can help build trust and improve intimacy. It's also important to respect each other's boundaries and consent at all times. As people age, their sexual needs and desires may change. It's perfectly normal for sexual activity to evolve over time, and adapting to these changes can help maintain a fulfilling sex life. For instance, using lubricants, trying different positions, or focusing more on foreplay can enhance sexual experiences. In the animal kingdom, there are numerous examples of unique sexual behaviors. For example, some species of birds engage in elaborate mating dances, while certain fish species can change sex in response to environmental factors. These behaviors highlight the incredible diversity of reproductive strategies in nature. Orgasms can have various health benefits beyond sexual satisfaction. They can improve sleep, boost the immune system, and even alleviate pain due to the release of endorphins and other feel-good hormones. This makes sexual activity not only enjoyable but also beneficial for health. The phenomenon of sexual afterglow, the period of increased emotional bonding and intimacy following sexual activity, is backed by research. The couples who experience this afterglow report higher levels of relationship satisfaction. This effect can last up to 48 hours after intercourse, emphasizing the role of sex in strengthening emotional bonds. Sexual compatibility is an important aspect of romantic relationships. It involves matching sexual desires, preferences, and frequencies. Couples who communicate openly about their sexual needs and expectations are more likely to experience a satisfying sex life. This can also involve exploring new activities together to keep the sexual relationship exciting. The practice of mindfulness can enhance sexual experiences. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and can help reduce performance anxiety and increase pleasure. Techniques such as mindful breathing, focusing on sensory experiences, and letting go of distracting thoughts can improve intimacy. Sexual education plays a critical role in promoting healthy sexual behaviors and attitudes. Comprehensive sex education includes information about consent, contraception, STIs, and healthy relationships. It equips individuals with the knowledge to make informed decisions about their sexual health and fosters respect for themselves and others. The advent of technology has brought new dimensions to sexual relationships. Online dating, sexting, and virtual reality can all play a role in modern sexual expression. While these technologies offer new ways to connect and explore, It's important to practice safe and respectful online behavior, just as in face-to-face interactions. Pelvic floor exercises, commonly known as Kegels, can enhance sexual health for both men and women. These exercises strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, leading to better bladder control, enhanced sexual function, and stronger orgasms. For women, they can also help with post-childbirth recovery. Sexual consent is the foundation of healthy sexual interactions. It involves clear, enthusiastic, and ongoing agreement between partners. Consent must be given freely and can be withdrawn at any time. Understanding and practicing consent is crucial for respecting boundaries and ensuring that all sexual activities are consensual. Hormonal changes can influence sexual desire and function. For example, testosterone plays a significant role in libido for both men and women. Hormonal fluctuations during the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, and menopause can affect sexual desire. Hormone replacement therapy (HRT) or other medical treatments can help manage these changes. Body image and self-esteem can significantly impact one's sexual experiences. Feeling comfortable and confident in one's body can enhance sexual pleasure and intimacy. It's important to challenge societal standards of beauty and embrace a positive body image. This involves focusing on what makes you feel good and celebrating your unique attributes. The LGBTQ community faces unique challenges and experiences related to sexuality. Understanding and supporting diverse sexual orientations and gender identities is essential for fostering an inclusive and respectful society. This includes using correct pronouns, advocating for equal rights, and providing safe spaces for LGBTQ individuals. Sexual fantasies are a natural part of human sexuality and can enhance arousal and intimacy. They provide a safe way to explore desires and can be shared with a partner to spice up a sexual relationship. It's important to discuss boundaries and ensure that any fantasy enacted respects the consent and comfort of all involved. The relationship between mental health and sexual health is complex and interconnected. Conditions such as depression, anxiety, and PTSD can affect sexual desire and function. Conversely, a satisfying sex life can improve mental health by reducing stress and increasing feelings of happiness and connection. Seeking help from mental health professionals can provide strategies to address these issues. Sexual wellness is an integral part of overall wellness, encompassing physical, emotional, and social aspects of well-being. Regular checkups, open communication with partners and healthcare providers, and a proactive approach to sexual health can enhance quality of life. Embracing a holistic view of sexuality helps individuals lead healthier, happier lives. Understanding sexual anatomy and physiology can demystify sexual function and improve sexual health. For example, the clitoris is not just the external glands but has extensive internal structures that contribute to sexual pleasure. Knowledge of one's body can empower individuals to communicate their needs and enhance their sexual experiences. Sexual health is a lifelong journey. As people age, their sexual needs and preferences may evolve. Embracing these changes and maintaining an open dialogue with partners can help sustain a fulfilling sex life. Whether it's trying new things or adapting to physical changes, flexibility and openness are key. The title of the largest penis on record is attributed to Jonah Falcon, an American actor and writer. His penis is reported to measure 13.5 inches 34.3 cm when erect and 9.5 inches 24.1 cm when flaccid. Falcon has garnered significant media attention over the years due to his unique anatomical feature. His measurements have been verified by medical professionals, and he has openly discussed his experiences in various interviews and documentaries. Like, comment, and subscribe for more from the wisdom of psychology.